Hello, happy Wednesday. Happy Wednesday. I'm your host, Intelexx, and we are here with another Q&A Wednesday topic. Now, for those of you who are just tuning in, welcome. We do this once a month where we share a topic. We are on a series right now. So, for those of you who have not, I would urge you to go back and listen to part one of our topic, which is can we heal ourselves. We are in part two right now. I feel like this is definitely a needed topic because a lot of us are operating in hurt and not wholeness and healing and health. And so, in order for us to scale to the next level, we have to learn how to get past those hurts and use that pain to push us to our purpose. All right, so we are going to jump right in on how we can heal ourselves. So let's check this out.
You don't get to buy anything with it. But that delay effect, we already know, brings stability and develops good financial management habits over time, right? It feels good to have money in the bank. When I wanted to make drastic changes about my life, I looked in the mirror and I was just like, I'm not happy with who I am in the present moment. I knew there was more. I expected more of myself. And I had vices, I ate poorly, I partied, step in and out of a few toxic relationships. And it just wasn't producing the results I wanted in my life. So I just said, hey, I'm going to change. I'm going to live up. Keyword live. I am going to live. Not the motto of, you only live once, so throw it away. No, I was like, I'm gonna feel good, mind, body, and spirit. You understand? So I started simple. I started at the root, and I made better choices with my health. I ate more veggies, more fruits. And I wasn't somebody that normally ate a lot of veggies or fruits at the time. And I had to develop actually a new palate for these foods for my tongue. And I had to remove the processed sugars. And I remember I even did like this 21-day raw plant-based food detox. For 21 days, I only had these like herbs and like raw foods. And that was like a culture shock for me. And over time, I just lost that thirst for the salty and sugary and like fried meaty foods. It went away because you can rewire your whole system. You understand? Your whole being. It takes time. That's why we learn to do so. It's a gradual process. And for myself, I started to enjoy food for its like actual natural flavors. In Jamaica, Rastas, don't even use salt. Rastas believe that if we use natural, good, healing foods and a variety of them, we can get all the flavor we need, and we don't need that salt, especially the processed salt, especially back in the day. Like back in the day, you never heard about no Himalayan salt, black salt. It was just that white table salt, which is literally like poison, right? So when I was diving into healing, right, because I truly believe like the mind, body, and spirit need to heal together. And sometimes it's simple just to start at the root and start with our foods. I'll go to the grocery store and I noticed I cared about ingredients now. I wasn't picking food for the taste or what I was craving, but I picked for healing. I started within. But as I started to learn more about health, I enjoyed truly just investing into my body and going deep within and learning more about different aspects of my mind or even like my gut bacteria. And I implemented products like Seed into my daily routine, who is our sponsor of the day and still to this day one of my all-time favorite products. Now, Seed is a daily symbiotic, a formulation that combines probiotics and prebiotics. It's vegan plus gluten-free. And to be honest, it lives up to the highest standards for human and planetary health. Now, something that I learned, most probiotics don't even make it all the way to your gut. So Seed, the daily symbiotic, delivers it to the place that matters most, your colon. So the 2-in-1 via cap delivery technology, capsule and capsule, it's quite beautiful actually, protects against stomach acid, digestive enzymes, and bile salts for viability through digestion. But what I'm loving most is how they are sustainably delivered each month. Let me show you. These are beautiful. They send it in this beautiful green box, comes with a jar plus a travel glass jar. The choices we make tend beyond our body and the planet. So I want to give all my subscribers a special offer. You can now get 30% off. This is actually the biggest offer we've done on this product on this channel. 30% off your first month supply by using code Heinz at checkout or click the link in the description. When we heal the inside, this healing naturally manifests through our actions, right? All healing starts within, mental, physical, emotionally. And the way we express ourselves in our environments will mirror and create that healing. The glow starts within. The glow up is within. I can't stress that enough. We won't even be attracted to toxicity or chaos anymore. It won't even be tempting. We won't desire it. People will feel a sense of calm and peace from you just because of the work we have done inside. I remember when the pandemic hit and there was
All right. What did y'all think about that? Now, listen, I love his energy. It's very calming and peaceful, meditative, right? Makes me want to just meditate and just woosah, right? What would y'all think? But he made some good points though. He talked about how, when before he made a change, he realized how he was eating, the company he was keeping, and all that. So just to sum that up, we treat ourselves how we treat ourselves. So if we're eating poorly, if we're maintaining unhealthy relationships, you know, it's all based on how we look at ourselves and our value and our worth. The more valuable we consider ourselves, the more strategic and more purposeful we are when it comes to every decision that we make in our lives, right? And so we have to start at the root. Be intentional about your overall health. Because if you don't care and you're going to look like you don't care, you're going to act like you don't care, and you're going to treat other people like you don't care either. Because how you treat yourself is how you treat others. You cannot treat them better than you treat yourself, right? It takes 21 days to form a habit or break one. Take 21 days to be intentional about doing a detox or doing a rewiring of yourself. If you are not where you want to be, take 21 days. If you need to fast, if you need to take certain things out of your diet, if you need to remove yourself from certain circles, take those 21 days and you will definitely see an impact. I bear witness to that. I've done it many times. It definitely works. Take those 3 weeks. And all you got to do is start at day 1 and every day, day 2, day 3, until you get to 21 days. Or you could count down, day 21, day 20, all the way down to 1 if that's better for you. But start with 1 day. I've heard of someone say, how does the elephant eat? The answer is 1 bite at a time. Don't try to look at all of what you have to do in one span, thinking that everything needs to be done right at this moment. 1 step at a time. That's all you need to do. 1 day at a time, 1 step at a time, 1 decision at a time to change your life the way that you know it right now. All right. It is a gradual process. And it's not just your body that needs healing. It's not just your spirit or your soul. It's not just your mind. Every part of you needs healing. Sometimes we focus on one area and neglect the other areas and wonder why we're not up to par with what we need to do, right? Every single area needs some improvement. So something that we all can do together is to write down a list of mental, physical, spiritual, emotional, topics, and under each topic figure out what needs to change and do 21 days purposeful work when it comes to changing those aspects. If you overthink too much, if you eat too much or eat too little, if you don't work out enough, if you're not pouring into your spiritual and your emotional, if you're not doing things for yourself, add those into the list. So that way by the end of 21 days there will be some things off that list, some improvements that you make. Is all part of being intentional with what you're doing, what you're saying, where you're going, who you're hanging out with, all of that, right? He talked about seed, which is something that he uses, which is a daily symbiotic. So if you are into the herbs, if you're into the vegan portion, whatever you're into, if that's something that you're interested in, click the link, do the 30% off, and go about your business, right? And then when we heal from the inside out, it manifests in our actions. So look at your actions, right? So let's get into this next part.
Called Quarantine Radio on Instagram, which was like, it was a great source of entertainment, but it was like chaotic. Like it was chaotic and toxic. And again, everyone has their own forms of entertainment. But I was like, yo, if I'm going to be locked down in the world right now, the last thing I am doing is consuming all of this because I know the delay effect of this, right? I wasn't even attracted to that. But 7 years before that, I would have been up in there watching all of that, right? So instead, what did I do? I created healthy, mindful content, posted it, blew up online, and created a beautiful environment because, again, it all starts with us. And the thing is, it does take a little bit of discipline, that is for sure. But discipline is just a harmonious act with life. It just takes patience, right? Let's look at discipline in a different way. Not as this rigid thing, but it's our harmonious act. I learned that in The Creative Act by Rick Rubin. Y'all know I love that book. Now, to cultivate even, good relationships, right? Because a lot of the toxicity and chaos that we face in life, let's be honest, it comes from relationships, especially sometimes romantic relationships, right? But any good relationship takes time and commitment. You may meet someone and what happens? The chemistry is just off the top. It's like instant. You can feel it. And what you two can do, in your bedroom, it's probably so good. It gives you that high. But sometimes we realize there is no compatibility with this person. And the delay effect actually brings us a lot of problems. Choosing toxicity in relationships is very common. Why? One, we don't want to be alone. Two, we like what excites us, right? What stimulates us. Especially when we're younger and we're prone to chase more thrills. But we should be mindful and just simply ask a simple question. Is this compatible with my peace? Right? Like setting intention. Is this compatible with my peace? Is this in harmony with who I want to be? If no, then what do you have to do? You have to practice your willpower and say no, or create boundaries with people who are rooted in chaos and toxicity, right? Some people will just bring chaos into our life. And there's certain people that once you remove them, you're like, oh my God, my life is so much more calm now. At one point, the club and girls were like my focus back in the day, And then years later, it changed to just a simple cup of tea. Now again, enjoying the simple pleasures, I believe, is like where the true joy is. And then everything else is just the icing on top. But that was a gradual process to go from a lifestyle that was highly stimulating, right? And just tickle all my senses in the immediate to slowing down and enjoying my tea, enjoying my solitude, my silence, my sounds, my reading, whatever it may be. There's a reason why normally, I say normally because it doesn't always happen, but normally we become wiser with age or with experiences, right? And our habits mature and fine tune and we make less mistakes because it's a gradual process. It's a learning process. It's a learning process to free ourselves from bondage, right? From our vices. We had to instill discipline and willpower and choose another path. Habits, good habits have to be integrated and sewn in. We need reminders, we need affirmations. We need to rewire our spirit and our system and cultivate healing environments. Think about this. Think about the library, right? The library is a certain type of environment we all understand. It's quiet. People go there to study. Nobody goes to the library yelling or playing loud music, right? Why? Because the environment and the culture of the library is so ingrained. We understand what that environment is and we honor it. That's the same thing we can do. We can create an environment for ourselves where toxicity won't even attempt to step into. Toxicity won't even thrive. When I started to make a positive change, that energy started to manifest all around me. And people that weren't in alignment with my energy or the environment I created seemed to just not even appear in my orbit anymore. Or if they did, I had the willpower and the cozy environment just to say, not today. If you look in my YouTube comments, you will rarely find a negative comment. That is because the environment that we all created here, not just me, it's actually y'all created that environment because you're so positive in the comment sections. You help each other out. Even if someone wanted to be negative and troll, they won't even really waste their time because they know the environment isn't going to have it. The negativity would get drowned out in the positivity anyways. And this is what we do by choosing peace and healing. Chaos thrives in the dark, but once we turn on that light, it disappears. And every single one of us has a light within. And all we have to do is take that time, make that intention, develop that relationship with ourselves and the divine, and have a harmonious act with life. And then we turn on that light. Like I mentioned before, we can rewire our being, mature our palettes, evolve our interests. But it's a gradual process set with intention. And simply we just come back to the root and make better decisions. Ask ourselves, what is it about this chaotic entertainment that I am constantly watching that I am attracted to? What is it about this person that keeps bringing chaos into my life that I'm attracted to? Am I lonely? Start to ask these questions and find new habits and create new environments that can fill what was missing. You understand? I hope we all choose peace today because it's always there willing for us to step into. Peace is a process, so don't be too hard on yourselves. Thank you. I'll see you on the next one.
All right, what did y'all think about that? You went in, but definitely some necessary content for our lives, right? So a lot of the times, a lot of us do not like to be alone. Who likes to be alone? Exactly, right? So the point of really learning who you are, learning all about yourself, you got to take time with yourself to learn all about yourself. And if you're so busy being busy and running away from you, you're never going to learn what you need to learn for yourself in order for you to heal from the inside out, because you are supplementing that time that you should be spending on yourself with other people or with other things, just clouding who you are. You have to take that time to really get to know you, or it's not going to work. You're not going to be effective as you need to be, right? There's a difference between immediate satiation versus delayed gratification. So when it comes to having that immediate satisfaction, that need to be satisfied right away, like what they call the microwave generation, where you want instant results, instant gratification, instant. But a lot of things that's worth it is not going to come right away. The beauty of things that are valuable and that are of value takes time. It's not a quick process. It is a process. It is a journey. It is a marathon. It's not a sprint. So if you are looking to get something fast, when it comes to healing, healing is not fast, especially depending on what you are healing from. It could take a very long time, a lifelong journey, right? So don't expect instant satiation because you're not going to be satisfied right away. That's not how life works. That's not how things of value work. It's going to take some time. So take some time to get to know all about who you are, because at the end of the day, you are who you are. And if you don't know who you are, how can you expect other people to know who you are? And if you treat yourself like crap, how can you expect others to treat you with value when you don't even value yourself, right? A part of valuing yourself is doing that healing process, taking those 21 days, really figuring out who you are, what makes you twerk, what makes you work, what makes you comprehend certain things, what makes you react certain ways. Get to the root of the issue and stop putting a band-aid on the surface when you have to go deep within, dig deeper within yourself in order to learn where you hurt from, what happened. Face it. Really face it, because if you are not willing to face what hurt you, you will continue to bleed on others who never cut you. And that is something that we've all done, consciously or unconsciously, subconsciously, because when we are not truly and fully healed, we hurt those because we're hurt. But when you are in a healed state, you heal those. Heal people, heal people. But we're going to get whole together. Okay? And then let your light shine. Don't dim your light for whatever reason. If you want to let somebody else shine, you can shine together. You don't have to dim your light for someone else to shine, or you don't have to dim your light because you think it's too bright. Let that thing shine. Let people see who you are, and what you got going on, because what you have going on is great. You don't need anybody else to tell you anything else, okay? Period. And to choose peace, right? We all go through chaos in our lives. We all have a lot going on. But when you make a conscious choice to choose peace, life is more peaceful, right? Your perception is your reality. Even if it's not real reality, it becomes your reality because that's what you think. And everything starts with thought. You think it, you speak it, you act it, you live it. Start by thinking more peaceful thoughts. Start by thinking more healing thoughts. And do the work. You can't just think and not do, right? Be, do, then have. And that's the formula for being healed, for learning how to heal ourselves. All right, so that is all that I have for you today. Thank you so much for tuning in. For those who just tuned in or are new to this channel, welcome, and welcome back to those who have been on this journey with us for quite some time. This is the intellectual community. We appreciate you for taking the time out to hear about our topic for this month, how we can heal ourselves, right? If you missed any portion, make sure to check it out. The replay on all our social media platforms. And shout out to each and every one of you who are listening and tuning in from YouTube, from Facebook, from Instagram, from X, from our app, the Artrepreneurs Hub. We appreciate you for taking the time out. And if you have any topics that you would like for us to discuss that we have not, connect with us. Go to intellexapc@gmail.com. Submit some questions so that we can answer those for you. All right, but until next time, I hope you have an amazing day and an awesome rest of your week. Intelexx here, and welcome to Intelexx Artrepreneur Agency, the Indeed for Artists. If you want to be a part of the intellectual community, check us out. We have so much going on Mondays, Wednesdays, Fridays, and everywhere in between. And we even got our own app, okay? So make sure to check us out. Go to Intelexx.com. Go to our link tree. Look us up on social media at Intelexx APC so that we can best serve you. All right, we thank you so much for being a part of our vision. We appreciate you, and we wouldn't be here without all of our amazing subscribers and supporters. Don't forget to sign up for the talent show every month, and someone always leaves with a prize. And don't forget to take advantage of all of our special offers, our events, our merch, our resources, our referrals, because we are here to serve you, okay? And thank you for the love. Until next time.